All right, we're live once again, and today we're going to be replacing and adding an AC compressor. This was my stock AC compressor. Fortunately, I left it out in the rain and it got a little mucky and kind of messed up, as you can see. And these are the stock AC lines that came with the car. And what I put in there before was the stock WRX one, but that did not work at all. So I bought one, and unfortunately, as you can see, here's one entrance and here's the other entrance, and somebody dropped it, not me. So the seller was able to refund me. I buy a lot of my parts through eBay, so it really makes a big difference when I buy a lot of this stuff, because sometimes you get stuff that's damaged and plane passing by. Whenever you replace the AC system or any type of AC component, the first thing you have to do is always replace the fittings or the O-rings, whatever it is for your application. So there you go, one's off. This is going to be the big one, the one that goes behind the intercooler, and the AC compressor is going to live right here, and the lines are going to get routed right this way. This car never came turbo, so we've got some challenges ahead of us. And this is the intercooler I'm going to put on. It's a version 9 intercooler. As you can see, it's split right here so that the airflow goes evenly. And this is the stock 06 WRX intercooler. I basically put that one on to make sure that I was able to pass smog, which thankfully I was. Bought this kit off Amazon. It's very good, very easy to use. And basically you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 O-rings we have to clean up. So one of them is going to go right there. Actually 4 O-rings to install, so let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 O-rings total. See, this kit comes with every single O-ring we need. But basically what we're going to do is try to get them off. The proper way of getting them off, believe it or not, is with something plasticky, because you do not want to damage the line, because AC systems tend to leak out. Basically, I was told many years ago, do not use a pick or anything like that. You run a very high risk of damaging it. So believe it or not, you can use a zip tie. Zip tie will not damage or mar anything. Fortunately, you need a very good zip tie. This one seems to be not that good. I need to get one a little bit stronger. Okay, let's get a stronger one. Well, we're running out of sunlight here, so I have to improvise. So instead of using a zip tie, why don't we use this little kit that I bought off Amazon. It was like really cheap. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but anyways, look at that. This should be the proper way of taking off an O-ring, using a plastic prying tool. So let's go ahead and match them up now. So it looks like this one and this one are the same. Looks like it's going to be this one right here. Actually, yes. Just look at that. Perfect fitting on there. So this one and this one looks like they're the same. You see that? Look at that. It's perfect right there. Okay. We're running out of sunlight, so let's try to get this done as soon as possible, or at least as much as we can. Okay, now these have new O-rings on here. Oh, look at that. Some prying. Finally came out. Rolled it off, and there you go. So, for this one, we have 2 different size O-rings. Looks like a big round one. So this one's going to go on here. Looks good. And then on the other side, a slightly smaller one. There, this one is. Okay. And there you have it. New O-rings. So next thing we want to do is grab our light, because we're running out of light now. Good. It's good enough. My intercooler is a little bit different than everyone else's, so taking it off is going to be a little bit harder. Okay, that's off. There's intercooler clamp right there. Turbo outlet clamp right here. Okay. And then you're going to want to take off these right here. Best tool ever, this guy right here. Okay, and basically this bolt is loose, this one's gonna come out with it, this blow-off valve is loose. Yeah, basically just pry it out now. If it doesn't come out from the turbo, you can pry it out a little bit, not too much, just very little, just to get it moving, you know. Okay. Ooh, there it is. It's out. You're going to want to steal the intercooler clamps off of it because my intercooler, get in the light over here. My intercooler has a rubber silicone hose on it. Go ahead and take that off. This isn't even the right coupler for it, by the way. This is a 02 to 05 coupler, and this being a drive-by-wire car, you need the one that's slightly longer. There you have it. Now this guy's off over here. Take this off. Now if I want to, I could replace this O-ring right back here, but it's so freaking tiny I can't even see it, can't even get to it. I have a feeling that if I touch it, it'll just disintegrate on me. So for now, we're just gonna clean off this mating surface really, really well, because there's dust and debris, and you don't want that getting into the AC system. Because I never disconnected this part right here. Well, I disconnected this part because I had to take off the heater core and the AC box. But yeah, this whole right here should be fine, but we'll have to fortunately wait and see. So we're gonna get our hose right here, then we're gonna attach it as best as we can of how we think it's gonna route underneath the fuel rails. Okay, fortunately it looks like it's gonna go underneath this manifold. Okay, we're gonna have to disconnect the disconnect the vacuum line. It's gonna go here, and here's the important part. When you put this hose on here, when you slide it in, it should have some resistance. You see that? There's almost no resistance on here. I don't think that this is sealing properly. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's not gonna seal properly, so let's take this off and get a slightly bigger one. Slightly bigger one. And like I said, plastic is your friend. Oh yeah, this one's thicker. Let's try this one. Thicker might work because it's gonna take up more of the room, and that looks pretty good right there. So let's put it in here. Oh yeah, you see that? That was the exact resistance I was talking about. It went in there and it sealed perfectly. Not only can you feel it, but you can see it. So basically, I'm gonna add this guy. You See that I need to bend it up and away. This guy will go in here. Okay. Okay. That needs to go underneath this line as well. Get that. Okay, this one I can just take off though. Can fix that later. For now, we gotta get our intercooler back on. Oh, the time's up. Catch you guys tomorrow. Part 2 video of my AC installation. So like I said before, you're gonna want to replace the O-rings from here, right there, and you're gonna use your everything from the Gc chassis on. I have an STI intercooler where I'm gonna be doing a video on removal installation because a lot of guys, that is a big gigantic upgrade you can do. So anyways, got the stock RS or Impreza L lines going underneath the intercooler. Comes up from here, comes up right over here, comes up over there, goes right under here, and goes right there to our AC compressor. This is my third AC compressor that I got, only because the first one I got water on it. The second one I put a WRX one and that didn't fit. I found out that the fittings for here and here are different than the GC to the GD chassis, and this line right here is the existing GC one, and it came super close to the battery only because I have actually a different style car battery on there, because these are a lot cheaper than the GC ones that are a lot easier available because these are flipped, the battery terminals. I'm gonna put a Dynalite on there later on, or Optima, not exactly sure. But anyways, so when I replaced everything, the rule goes with all AC systems, if you take a hose off, so I took both these hoses off over here. So I replaced the O-ring there, O-ring back there, O-ring there, all the way over here. It's one piece line. So I replaced the O-ring right back here, another O-ring right back here, and another O-ring right down there. Those are all been replaced. The belt, you use your existing GC or WRX belt. They're exactly the same. And the belt routing is, pretty simple. It just goes from down there to down there. And then you want to set your tension. The way that you set the tension is you just put it on there, so there's only about a 1/4 inch of deflection with about maybe 10-15 pounds of force. I know you don't want it to be super tight. You still want it to deflect, because if it's too tight, it's going to wear out excessively. So anyways, my AC line is basically going out under here, under there, and into there. And this line over here, it's not hitting anything. I was told that if you have a 02 to 05 WRX or an 04 to 06 STI, that if you have that swap in this chassis, you're going to have to remove this big gigantic bracket called the big green bracket. I think everyone calls it the BGB, big green bracket. I don't have to remove it on mine. As you can see, it perfectly cleared it. I've got no problem. I've got no leaks. Everything's good. My system is super cold. At the beginning, when I first turned it on, the compressor made a little bit of noise, because that's only because it's a little bit rusty. Obviously, I got the eBay special, whichever one was cheapest, but eBay came in clutch, and they got it in here in about 3 days because of my whole problem. I'm going to be cleaning up the wiring. I'm basically going to be doing an air pump delete, because this is where my washer bottle goes. I got to get my washer bottle back in here. Air pump delete. Both air valves are going to be deleted, but you have to keep one of them. So that's basically the next step. Now I have full working AC. Remember, you want to use your existing GC condenser, GC AC lines, everything is going to be exactly the same. And you can see it clears everything, even an STI intercooler, which I still have to work on. As you can see, my STI intercooler, I don't have the bolts in because they're I guess I gotta align it, and I gotta add another line, but I think I have to cut this a little bit shorter, and I have to probably cut this guy a little bit shorter, but I'm not going to be cutting the STI one. I'm going to be cutting an aftermarket one in order to pass the state ref. I'll make another video on that. So yeah, this still needs to be all aligned.